Good day, guys! Our subject for today is mathematics in the modern world, and I'm here to discuss you about identifying the different random sampling techniques. But before that, I would first introduce myself to all of you. I am Toni Perez from Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management at La Consolacion College, Manila. Welcome to my video lesson. Let's start and work together. What are we going to learn? So I'm going to discuss you about different types of probability and non-probability sampling techniques. So kadalasan siyang ginagamit sa senior high school sa kanilang subject na Practical Research 1 and Practical Research 2. Before anything else, since this is all about sampling techniques, when we say sampling techniques, we are talking about the method na pagkuha ng ating population na galing sa ating sample. So let's define. First is the population. Population is the set entirety of the group including all the members that forms a set of data. Meaning, ito yung kabuuan or yung total respondents mo na kinakailangan. For example, isang barangay, isang city, isang buong klase at iba pa. The next is sample. Sample contains a few members of the population. They were taken to represent the characteristics of traits of the whole population. So, kukuha ka lang sa isang population. For example, in a 40 students, kukuha ka lang ng mga 10 doon, ng mga 15 doon. So, yung 10 is yung sample, yung 40 is the population. Random sampling. It is a sampling method of choosing representatives from the population wherein every sample has an equal chance of being selected. Accurate data can be collected using random sampling techniques. In this sampling, magiging fair yung pagkuha natin ng respondents. It's because every sample has an equal chance of being selected. Under random sampling, meron tayong probability and non-probability sampling. But first, let's discuss the probability sampling. Probability sampling. Every member of the population has the chance of being selected. Meaning, kahit sang pwesto ka pa nakalagay, mapauna ka man, mapamiddle or dulo, ay meron kang chance na mapili o mabunot because it involves principle or randomization or ang tinatawag na chance. Non-probability sampling. Not every member of the population has the equal chance of being selected. Hindi lahat ng member ng population can be selected unlike the probability sampling na pwede lahat. It is because it can rely on the subjective judgment of the researchers. Mas merong control ang ating researcher dito. Simple random sampling. It is the most basic random sampling where each element in the population has an equal probability of being selected. So, this is the most common sampling that the researchers use for their studies. For example, itong nasa picture, ayan. Yung bilog na yan is yung ating kabuuan or our total population, then the red dot inside is our samples. As we can see, iba-iba yung distribution, nakasabog sila. In this method, kitang-kita natin 'di ba yung randomization or tinatawag din itong fishbowl method. Because pwede natin gamitin yung bunutan para makasama sila sa iisang study. So unbiased siya kasi walang control si researcher. Lahat ng nasa population ay pwedeng mapili or mapasama. Systematic sampling. This can be done by listing all the elements in the population and selecting every kth element in your population list. As we can see in the picture, may pattern na involved, di ba? Merong alignment, hindi lang basta-basta nakasabog yung respondents. For example, in a 200 students na kailangan mong isurvey, Pipiliin mo lang doon yung every 20 students. So, magiging siya? 20, 40, 60, 80, and so on. Ganun na yung pipiliin mo kasi for every 20 students siya. 'Di ba? So, kung every 10 naman, every 10th, 20, 30, yung pang 15 student, pang 60, ganun lang po. Stratified random sampling. The population is divided into different strata or divisions, meaning yung number of samples will be proportionately picked in each stratum. Kung napapansin natin na may 4 groups sa ating populations, yung groups is depende sa study mo. For example, pwede nating hatiin ito according to their educational attainment. Yung isa college, yung isa high school, yung isa elementary, and yung isa kunyari mga postgraduate programs. There can be equal representation, pwede kang mamili ng same respondents for every group. Dito, sa nakikita natin, meron tayong tig-apat. For example, this is our male and female respondents. Kung mas marami ang nasa female, then mas marami itong nandito, then the female can be 60% and male can be at least 40% kasi nga natin sila. Ang mahalaga dito is that yung pagpili natin ng respondents within our strata is meron pa ring probability or chance na involved. Hindi lang basta-basta pipili yung researchers dito. When using this sampling, mas matrabaho lang siya, di ba? Pero kung importante ang proportionality at representation doon sa study nito, then ito yung sampling technique na pwedeng gamitin. The last one for this is the cluster sampling. The population is divided into clusters or groups, and then the clusters are randomly selected. All elements of the clusters randomly selected are considered the samples of the studies. Hinahati din natin yung ating population into groups. Meron tayong 4 na nandito, but kung napapansin natin, doon lang tayo sa isang group kumuha ng respondents. Pwede itong gamitin kapag malaki ang population. For example, sa city. Meron District 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, ang gagawin ng researcher ay pwede siya bumunot dito. And then, kung anong nabunot niya, ay ayun yung paggagamitin niya. For example, District 2 yung nabunot niya. Then, dun lang siya kukuha sa District 2. Magfo-focus na lang siya doon sa isang geographical location. So, ayun yung pagkukunan niya para sa kanyang study. So, for our next topic is the different types of non-probability sampling. Gaya ng diniscuss natin kanina, not every member of the population has the equal chance of being selected. Convenient sampling. Selecting a sample based on the availability of the member and or proximity to the researchers. Tinatawag din siyang accidental, opportunity, or grab sampling. So, kaya nga tinawag siya na convenience sampling. Kung sino yung mga respondents na malapit, madaling lapitan, ayun yung pipiliin or pwede na sample as part of the study. It is also known as accidental kung nagkataon na nandun ka sa lugar at oras na ginagawa yung research, then pwede kang mapili as part of it. Grab sampling kung sino andon available ay pwedeng mapasama sila sa study. Medyo maluwag itong convenient sampling na to kasi ginagamit ito kapag ang researchers ay limited to time and resources. Purposive sampling. Samples are chosen based on the goals of the study. They may be chosen based on their knowledge of the study being conducted. Sa sampling na ito ay mas may control dito yung ating mga researchers. Pwedeng mapili dito yung mga tao based on their knowledge or expertise based on the study being conducted. For example, The title of your research is Influence of Social Media in Tourism and Hospitality Industry. O, sino ba yung mga bilong doon sa hospitality and tourism? Yung magiging respondents mo is those people na may expertise or knowledge in tourism and hospitality industry. Kunyari naman ang study mo is about education, then yung mga respondents mo is mga principals, teachers, iaayon mo yung respondents mo based kung anong study mo. Quota sampling. Proportion of the groups in the population were considered in the number and selection of the respondents.
It's somehow similar sa stratified sampling kasi hinahati din natin yung ating population into certain groups pero iniisip natin yung proportion nila. For example, itong group 1, dahil mas marami siya doon sa ating population, mas marami yung pipiliin natin dito compare sa group 2 and 3. Halimbawa, sa group 1, ang kailangan mo lang is 5 yung mga respondents. Sa 2 is 3 respondents and sa 3 is 2 respondents lang. Meron siyang similarity sa stratified but ang difference is that yung pagkuha mo ng sample is itong 5, 2 at 3 na nandito as ay may control si researcher kung paano niya pipiliin yung mga respondents niya. Kaya nga siya tinawag na quota dahil ang kailangan lang gawin ni researcher ay mapunan kung ilan yung kailangan niya na sample regardless of the method na ginamit niya. Snowball sampling. Participants in the study were tasked to recruit other members of the study. Tinatawag din itong chain referral. Existing subjects provide referrals to recruit samples required for the research study. For example, dyan sa nakuha niya from the second arrow, kung di pa siya satisfied sa nakuha niyang result, then magtatanong pa siya ng iba. Magdadagdag pa siya ng magdadagdag hanggang sa ma-achieve niya yung goal niya for the result in the study. So ito ay padami ng padami yung mga respondents niya dito hanggang na ma-aim niya yung goal niya na sagot or result. Volunteer sampling. Sample units are volunteers in studies wherein the measuring process is painful or troublesome to a respondent.
From the word volunteer, ito ay kusa na. Kusa na sa'yo lumalapit yung mga respondents mo. They are willing to participate in your study. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you learned something from me. If you have any questions, you can email me at pereztony12345@gmail.com. Have a nice day.